the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Welcome back to Iowa's corn growing season.
Yeah, hot and humid.
Hear that stuff stretching out there.
It didn't look like Sandy already gave me a perk.
Yeah, you played in a baseball game,
I
and
didn't,
you don't
I was
have any
just
broken
there as a
bones.
coach, I was just,
I thought you were gonna pitch.
you know, there was a lot of speculation, but thank God, the kid that, Danielson came from Dubuque, and he was a little late. They thought I was gonna have to catch the first inning, and he showed up right as they were doing the introduction, so.
Perfect.
All was well with me.
Okay, call the meeting to order. Motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
We need to amend the agenda to approve application to work in the right of way for Midland Power on Washington.
This is an additional one,
Oh.
on Washington Avenue.
I will make, don't you wanna do it? This is
Sure.
your motion.
I'll motion to approve, Washington Avenue addition.
I will second the amended agenda.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried. Approve the minutes.
Okay, wait a minute, because you have two motions out there, so you got
Oh, we
to,
got to approve both of them.
yeah, you gotta approve the first one now.
All in favor of the second amendment, motion to the right-of-way work in Washington Avenue? I am in.
Aye.
No, they voted on the amendment, now we're voting on the first one,
Okay, all right.
yeah. Because you always take the first one there and then you go back.
I was going forward.
Oh, okay, I'll remember that in the future, we'll go forward.
Okay, on the original agenda, all in favor?
Aye.
Just so we get both of them, that's all that really matters.
Okay. You got them both now?
Yeah.
General public, nobody here.
Minutes?
Ben, you're up.
We better approve the minutes.
My fault, I got you.
You got me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's double seconding.
I'm sorry.
Approve the minutes.
Looks technical, I read through it. Personally, I don't see anything out of place, so I'd make a motion to approve the minutes as printed.
Get a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried. I'm trying to read with one eye.
I know.
That's true, Dave.
No, that's hard.
Cataract. It's getting worse. Okay, now we go down to bed.
We'll try to keep the agenda light until...
Reading with one eye so you can only see half of the stuff.
Well, this one's just kind of blurry.
Morning.
Morning, Benny.
Thank you guys for approving the amended agenda. I thought it was one permit for Midland Power, and it turned out to be two. The first application to work in the right-of-way for Midland Power is from 1795 Delaware Avenue, getting power to the new hog facility that they're building over by Lubenthal's, south of,
There on the corner?
south of C-26 on Delaware, what is it, half mile? roughly?
Dave, remember we went out a year ago and looked at
About a
that?
half mile south.
Yeah, about a half mile.
Some,
Is this the 1750 then?
Yes, this is the 1750, but they have to bring power from 1795 up to it.
So Midland, we never have any issues with them?
No,
All
any issues with Midland.
all is the paperwork and stuff's in order?
All the paperwork's in order, they've got their drawing as far as what they're planning on doing. They're gonna run poles on the east side of the road and then bore underneath the gravel road.
So there'll be no overhead
So
lines
there'll be no
crossing.
overhead lines. Yes.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve the first permit for Midland.
I'll second.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried. Now, the one on Washington. two copies.
The one on Washington is one of the ones that Rod Nelson is proposing building. This is to bring power up Washington Avenue, from 1276 Washington, and they're bringing it up roughly half a mile to that facility. This would be just down the road from your mom's place.
Everything's in order?
Everything's in order on this one. We don't have any problems with Midland Power. Again, they're looking at running it on the east side of the road.
So they don't even cross the road.
And then, and then they don't have to cross on this one.
Need a motion to approve it?
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Is there another one for Rod Nelson coming up?
That's the only one that I've got so far. They're working on the other one.
Where's that location?
I think it's also in Washington, but I think it's south of 130th Street, if I remember right. But I talked to Chad with Midland Power, and he said he was still working on that permit.
Okay.
But he'd try and get it to me this week for next week's approval. I had one for Ron Stein, but it didn't come in until Friday, so that'll be on next week's agenda as well. He wants to connect tile and his steel, to the tile line. I think he can do it on private property without getting into the right of way, but this covers him in case he
Just
has
in
to.
case.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're between half and two-thirds done with hauling rock on our roads right now. We're continuing that. When the weather's fit, we fixed the guardrail over by Gary Keenest' place, fixed a couple of intakes last week. We've been chasing around drought scouts, digging potholes for them while they've been cleaning out and jetting a few of our cross pipes. We got everything seeded last week that we had exposed as far as corn stalks and what we cleaned for Goodell's with the cross pipe and everything, we got that seeded. So we've been staying busy and trying to somewhat stay cool during the weather.
I see there's, one of our trucks is out at MS, you know what, was it 54?
I know there was one truck that was supposed to go to Foster's, but maybe it went to MS. Kevin's truck, up in Bode where he caught the railroad tracks last year, might have tweaked the frame a little bit, so they're supposed to be looking at that.
Oh, I just saw it sitting up there and I asked if there was something wrong, and you don't know.
We've got a mower, our new mower is over at Casey Nielsen's right now. The fuel tank has a crack in it, but it's under warranty, so they're bringing they've ordered a new fuel tank.
Oh, it's plastic?
No, it's steel, but
Steel?
they've cracked up at the top. So, and at some point we'll have a bill from Murphy for a new transmission for Steve Illick's machine. During the week that I was gone, Steve ran the machine till 11 when he left for a doctor, and I think Mike Whiter jumped in it after that, and about 2 hours into him blading up by the quarry, it started throwing codes and air lights, and basically it spit all the oil out of the transmission and right it.
Lovely.
Yeah. So that'll be a $30,000 fix. It's scheduled to switch to a winter machine as soon as we get these new controls that we ordered back in March.
So is it at what type, is it a John Deere?
Yes.
Is it at the...
That's down, we had loaded up onto a low boy and haul it down to Fort Dodge, get it lid off that was basically fried inside, so he said it'd be cheaper for us to get a 3-man than it would be for them to tear it apart and fix what was there.
What's the time frame on?
They're supposed to start working on it right away, but he didn't give me an ETA. I mean, we can run a winter machine in the meantime to keep
Right.
moving on the roads. Looks like the next 10-day forecast is showing a bunch of thunderstorms. So we will be doing a lot of rock hauling and blading here for the next
You
couple of weeks.
just step up the snow removal machine to do the blading.
Yes.
So I mean, I'm just gonna sit idly by without grading, where you're
Right.
getting the rock and the blading and keep that moving.
Yes.
Okay.
Where are you at on your time for those 2 machines? Are they,
Supposed to be
July?
the end of this month.
that's what I thought.
Yep, supposed to be the end of July, beginning of August is what he had said, so. Initially it was May, but when he had ordered them with a 14-foot blade and a single extension instead of the 12 and 2 extensions. So he had to reorder them, is what happened. And that pushed our time frame back to the beginning of August, but they should be here soon. We're taking quotes right now on truck for the Dakota City shop. I got 1 quote so far, I'm waiting to hear back from B&N, so I'll be bringing that in once I get the additional quote. Other than that, we're surveying and...
So everything on, shoulder work and all that stuff's done on our new road?
On our new road, yes.
Yeah, they haven't done the center lines yet, have they?
No, I talked to striping company 2 weeks ago. They said they could get in and do just the center line striping, this week, or if we could wait till the week after the 4th, they'd just come in and do all the striping. So I said, just wait and do all of it at the same time.
So again, is that just on the 2 new resurfaced roads, or they're gonna do the whole county?
We've got, we do between 1/3 and 1/2 of the roads center line every year. And then edge line striping, what we've got left, I think we do roughly 30-40 miles of edge line striping a year.
So I mean, are they gonna do that all then?
They'll do that all.
When they do the
When they
2 new roads,
Yes.
they're gonna do whatever other projects with the other striping and the center lines.
Yep. And, like I'd mentioned before, Grout Scouts is here working. They've been here for about a month, I think. Right now, I'm jetting out culverts, tying culverts, pumping and filling with grout. I don't know if anybody's driven south of Thor. They were able to raise that concrete patch.
Oh, they did?
2.5 miles south.
Really?
I wonder if they could
Yep.
pump that
They
up.
pumped and jacked that up.
Awesome.
So it rides quite a bit nicer now.
Awesome.
Good.
I haven't driven it yet. I talked to them on Friday and said that they've gotten it jacked up, so.
So do they put like a concrete mix under that then? Oh,
Yep,
You know,
it's like a
I
concrete
drove over
slurry
it
mix.
yesterday.
Well, if you didn't notice it,
I
it
never
must have
noticed.
been all
It
right.
must've been a lot better, 'cause I never noticed it.
I was gonna say, usually you gotta, whatever you're gonna hold, you wanna pick it up.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, it, for whatever reason, that one settled quite a bit. I think part of it's, that's the last one that we did where we backfilled the culvert with dirt under a highway. And on a gravel road, if it settles a little bit, you just bring a little more gravel in.
Yeah.
But on a paved road, you always seem to have that dip, even when we let it sit for a winter.
Yeah, it just settles and settles.
Well, that's nice they were able to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was very happy with that.
Good.
So.
Okay. Anything else?
Not that I can think of.
They must've got the 2 potholes filled out there at the drag strip.
We did, they were minor, I mean, they were,
I didn't think much of them, but I got a complaint on them.
yeah.
And the drag strip said they're having a big shindig out there with a couple of celebrities, so.
Well, we'd originally had it reported by Dean Otto that they were gonna have motorcycles out there this week, the week before. And I don't know if he was off a week, or if they decided to bring motorcycles in sooner. But then all of a sudden, it was, we needed it by last week. So last Thursday, we went out there, think it took a bag and a half of cold patch to fill them in. Not, you know, it wasn't a big deal, but
No, I didn't think they was too bad, but they were starting to pop out, and it's where we sprayed it in, so I called Dave and left a message with him to check it and cold patch it, do something with it.
Yep, so Mike Mail went out there, and I think, like I said, I think it took a bag and a half to patch. I mean, there were minor spots, but...
We had quite a crowd out there on Saturday for that.
What I hear,
And,
set a new track record.
so it was nice to see the activity over there. They said anywhere from 12 to 1,500 people were out there, so.
That's really good.
Yep, it's that guy from Street Outlaws or whatever it is,
Oh,
TV show, runs the yellow 57 Chevy. He set the new track record. I don't remember what it was, but pretty fast.
Wow.
Oh, it's good.
I think the bikes are this weekend.
Okay. See, that's what was originally reported to us, was that, you know, to have it done the week of the 4th.
Yeah, I think the bikes are coming in on this weekend, 'cause this weekend's the rally.
How are we doing on our 4 days? Are we,
Start Thursday.
you good with, we making everything?
Yeah, the 4 days seems to be going pretty well. Forget what it was, I had a couple of guys work on a Friday with Route Scouts when they were jetting. Basically, when they're jetting, they need, a guy in a backhoe, usually 2 to 3 guys.
There aren't many hydrants out in the country that they can hook up to.
No, so one guy's running and refilling the tanks with water, there's another guy in a backhoe basically
Cleaning out the
slopping
mud.
the water and the muck out of the hole, and the other guy's helping out with the shovel. So I had 3 guys, Steve Illig, Ken Rossing, and our new guy, Brandon Aarons. They came in and they worked that Friday.
It's another thing off the list, as far as I'm concerned. We get
No, I mean, the guys, I think for the most part, the guys like the 410s. I mean, you've still got the few guys that help out with farming, where weather dictates what they can do on them off days. I mean, they prefer probably staying with
sure.
5/8, but otherwise, yeah.
I think it seems like we get a lot more done.
It's tough to gauge, you know, because the quarry's not open when we start our day or when we end our day, so it's not like we're getting 10 hours of hauling rock, but in an 8-hour day, we're not getting 8 hours of hauling rock, so.
Right.
You know, you've always got that transition time, you
Yeah.
just get to work to, by the time you get to the quarry.
Yeah,
Yep.
No, it seems to be all right.
okay, good.
Like I said, one of the unexpected perks is the fact that I seem to get more done on a Friday when there's nobody around.
Well, that's not fair, if you get your stuff done too.
Well, I'll switch to 410.
Sure you will.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, you know, like you said, this project with the Route Scouts and the cleaning, the culvert fixing and stuff, that if needed, you do have somebody that'll go out and, you know, those odd instances, that way, then we're not stopping progress.
Right, and it's been a number of years. I think the last time that they were here was 2016. It becomes one of those things where their plate gets so full and then weather dictates what they can always done.
Yeah.
So it's been a number of years. 'Cause it used to be, we could always figure an average between 30 and 40,000 was the bill for them. You know, in the past claims, we had a 45, and we'll probably have another 45, just because we had so many projects this time lined up. You know, as guys would see them, we'd reset the ends all the way up to the edge of the pavement, and then anything under the pavement, we just put on a map for when they would come in. You know, so we had like 35, 40 spots this time instead of...
Is that the smallest guy gets stuck going in a hole?
It used to be, they'd say nothing smaller than 24 inch, you know, because it gets pretty cramped, but now they've got a pretty small wiry guy for them, so they can get into 18s.
Oh, my
And
gosh,
do
that'd be
those,
scary.
but
You'd never get me in there.
Tom's off the Bozic, I don't think
I'd
you...
go to 24.
I'd go into 24, I think, but 18, you get cramped in there trying to move. I don't know.
I don't fit in an MRI tube, so I'm not gonna be the guy.
I was just thinking about you.
Well, that's good.
Mhm.
I guess hopefully we get, so Thursday they'll work, are they working Friday or they have Thursday?
This week with the holidays, they're back to 5/8.
We get Thursday off.
They'll get Thursday off. Thursday's paid holiday, it's paid 8-hour holiday, so every day this week, they're 7:30 to 4.
What it was,
Rather than trying to figure out how everybody...
Figure that out, yeah, that's too difficult.
Right. You know, okay, well, you get an 8-hour holiday, but you gotta take 2 hours of vacation to make up for it, we just said.
Yeah.
That's why we start the week after the Memorial Day, and we end.
That's a good idea.
well, we always end up with a stop sign sheared off or something on.
Well, they got your number.
I'll go do it, hey.
And we'll take care of it. You know,
Right.
I mean, it's just like if it happens on a weekend, you know, we're always on call.
Right, all right,
Good
awesome.
deal. Yep.
Okay, anything else, Ben?
I think that's...
I didn't see your Mickey Mouse pin or,
Yeah.
We had a good trip. Like I said, I think we brought the heat back up here with us,
Yeah.
but, we had a lot of fun.
Is it warm down there?
It was very humid. I think every day was 100% humidity, and it was 90 to 95 degrees.
and sometime during that day, there was always that rain that, it's like,
We got one good shot of rain the first day that we were at, Disney World, and I think that was probably the most fun that my 6-year-old had. I mean, it was a downpour, they actually had tornado warning and everything.
Oh, wow.
But, I mean, to the point where the drains weren't taken, so there was calf-deep water, and she's just jumping in.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great. Go for it, yeah, have fun.
It was fun.
Yeah. Well, the one thing to remember is to keep those, make sure your guys are, you know, hydrated.
Staying hydrated,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's very key.
all right.
Thank you, thanks.
Okay, moving on down, Point Carl Mattis to the Homeward Housing Trust Fund Board.
We thought we were doing a good thing when you appointed me and found out that I'm a government official also, so I can't be on that board. So we said, oh, who do we do now? And Dave suggested Carl. He's
He's
retired.
done it before, and he's
Yeah.
retired, so
You probably enjoy doing it.
called him, and he says, oh, I enjoy that. Yeah, I'll go back on it.
Okay, I'll make a motion to appoint Carl Mattis to the Homeward Housing Trust Fund Board.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Is that for life, or is that a, how many year?
1 year term, but...
1 year term? 1 year sentence?
1 year sentence, yeah.
1 year at a time. Open possible award quotes received for the courtroom air conditioner.
Okay, we have 2. One from BB Plumbing and one from Winger. And I'll open this one up and then I'll, if you want to... Yeah, that's what you, old-fashioned water opener. No other bids have been received. I checked in, the office just a little bit ago to make sure nobody had carried one in. And so,
This is what we have.
this is what we have.
Okay, this is for Winger. Provide and install new 10-ton RUD unit with line set, provide and install ductwork, provide and install electrical to the unit. Crane material and labor, total $23,264.
23264.
23264. Okay, this is BB's. Furnish and install Rude 10-ton outside condenser and 10-ton air handler. Quote includes removal of old condenser, old blower coils with steam coil, Crane service, unhook and hook up with wiring, retrofit ductwork. For the new air handler, for a complete installation, old steam lines will be capped off in the utility room along with control air lines. Job will require no AC and courtroom for up to 5 business days. Job will run start to finish, weather permitting, for the roof work. Total bid, $21,553. Looks like Adam Smith at BB's is a couple thousand under.
Sounds like he's taking out that old.
He's tearing out the old and moving it.
Peggy, would we need to visit with upstairs with the court people and say, is there a time frame? We don't have a clue if, like, if they got trial or got stuff coming up, would we try to
I would
coordinate
hope that the
that?
contractor would let us know at least a time frame of when they could come, and then I
That's
could
what I
check with the clerk and say, okay, here's when they can come, is that, how's
You
that
sure
gonna
wouldn't wanna
affect you?
sit up there
No.
a day like today with no air?
No.
Yeah,
No, you might not get a good sentence.
Or you,
that's right.
quick review.
Yeah. Does, this jive with your research into the air conditioner removal
Yes,
replacement?
yeah, it does.
Okay.
Because the air handler is really the noisy thing up there.
Mhm.
And that's what needs to be replaced, a lot of it. And that's something about the first bid didn't mention changing the air handler.
Mhm.
Anybody want to see those? I'll pass them around.
Whether they were or not, I don't know.
What do we wanna do with it? Can we approve one of them?
We can have it on their possible awards, so.
This is,
Just a one page for that, and Winger has 2 pages.
Winger says,
We got $1,711 difference, so.
Amended.
yep.
Well, I guess on the condition that, it was put out the second time with the additional of another bid and them Winger redoing theirs, I would make a motion to award it to BB for the $21,553.
I'll second that.
Any other discussion? Motion to approve?
Aye.
Aye.
All disapproved? Motion carried. Down to committee reports.
On Monday, the 24th, I had a building families meeting, Monday afternoon in Clarion. My official thing for last week.
Eric,
Yes, sir?
we got that press release that they aren't gonna be serving, Humboldt County with, maybe that's a certain program or...
It's a certain program, yes. It's a certain program that's, you know, whether it's fair to say it's within building families or, they kind of, work with, one of the programs that, well, the gal is Tiffany Larson that does a great job with that, and some of the new format of that was disagreeable with the Humboldt school system, and they couldn't come to terms, so that, just that one portion, and to get really further clarity on that, I would contact McKinley Bailey and/or Tiffany Larson. You know, I'm just not, don't have the details in front of me to explain it any further, but, yeah, it's only one program. It's not, no, Building Families is still serving Humboldt County. it's a offshoot of Tiffany's program that is not going to. And it's basically targeted in the school systems, and some of their rewording and formatting was disagreeable, so that's why that's being dropped.
Thanks for clarifying.
Okay, for Friday morning, I met out at the landfill with Dave Minnickus from Murray Engineering and the tenant who does the farming out there. I'm getting a little bit of, I don't know, needs some leveling. They're settling, got to fill in with dirt. Secondary Roads has brought dirt out a couple of times. I think I'm gonna have the farmer come in there with a field cultivator and disc it. First he's gonna disc it, and then level it, and reseed it, some of it, because it's just not doing well out there, once it dries up, if it ever dries up. So, we might be calling on you guys to maybe bring us a little more dirt, maybe. But, he was thinking he's got a box scraper, he might come in and just try to scrape that water away a little bit, level it up some more, and then...
This is going north of the quarry?
Yeah.
What's it doing, is it in a farm, the farm of the part?
No, it's in the grass area.
Grass area?
The old actual footprint of the land.
Oh, and it keeps settling?
Yeah, well, it's where they called it the old trench and bury. They trenched the hole, filled it full of garbage, covered it up, well, it settles. It just keeps settling. Well, whenever it settles, then you get a pocket, it rains, if there's a puddle the size of this table, the DNR gets upset.
Oh, sure.
It's just insane out there. So, then they want you to come in and fill that in and get it so the water all drains on it, so that's kind of what we're gonna have.
It's pretty fixable though.
Yeah.
Dry, if it's dry.
If it's dry. But it hasn't been dry for...
Last few years,
Yeah.
every time we go out there, it seems like we leave bigger ruts.
Yeah, you make more of a mess than what you're trying to fix, so. We discussed that and kinda got instructions on how we should do it and whatnot from Dave Minnickus. And then, after, I got a call from Dave while I was out there, and, we came in, and Dave and I went up on the side of the courthouse out here on the east side with the waterproofers. And he's showing us some issues. We have the brick, top 3 feet of the brick on the east side. It's, what would it...
Well, it's bowing a little bit, and it's getting moisture in, and it's popping the mortar in there. So,
It's kind of deteriorating, put it that way.
Popping the concrete up, well, probably 3/8 of an inch, pop it up, take the size of that out, gets moisture under it, it pops off.
Yeah.
And you can fix part of it with sealing, but he recommends long-term is to go up there and maybe replace some bricks.
Yeah, and he's talking like 3 years from now,
Yeah.
after they're doing this fixing Band-Aid is what he called it now, but he says it's just not gonna be good if we don't fix it.
Did they have the ability to get, say, be X amount of dollars, or would we, so we can not be surprised in,
The Floyd County Courthouse,
Mhm.
they done the same thing to the Floyd County Courthouse several years ago. They did the whole building all the way around, it was $500,000.
That's
So,
fine.
looking at one side, I'm gonna guess it's gonna be $100,000.
then
Just guessing, I don't know.
So we have it
Give us a ballpark.
Yeah, he's gonna give us a ballpark figure.
that might make somebody's magic pot of money a little harder to find, is $500,000 to,
Yeah.
so I just...
But he's gonna throw some numbers together before he leaves and let us know.
Good.
And I guess you can still get the exact same brick that's on this courthouse, so, which is amazing. Yeah.
Is this company
From the
that's
same company.
doing the work right now?
Yeah.
The same company that is able to replace the...
Yeah.
He said you could get cheaper companies out there, but they wouldn't be able to match the brick up, and they don't seal them the way he seals them. And actually, what they're doing, this is not, what did he say, a sealant, it's a...
Oh, it's not waterproofing, it's
Yeah.
water repellent.
Yeah, it's a water repellent, not a waterproofing.
It's kind of a lie when you say waterproofing.
Yeah.
It really isn't waterproofing, more of a water repellent.
So it just keeps the water from going in,
Into
soaking
the
in,
building.
the go.
But, he really thinks the issue started years ago with the roof, back when we used to have the old tarred roof, and it kinda got some moisture in behind, and, he seems fairly knowledgeable about the issue, because he works on a lot of buildings like this.
They said the brick, it's out east someplace, he gets the brick. Ohio, there you go. That, they had this same brick, the company that made it stockpiled a bunch of them, so you can still get what you need.
Amazing.
Yeah. Every now and then they'll make a bunch of it, because it's used on a lot of buildings. It's a real popular brick, so they still make it, every now and then they do a whole bunch and they stockpile it up. So that was the good news part, that you can still get it and it can be repaired, and I don't know, how old is this building now?
35 years, I think.
At least.
I was like, huh?
39 would make it 80 years old this year.
Yeah. So, and I asked him, I said, really, in your minds, if you keep this repair work done, he says, oh, it'll last another 80 years.
Well, that's a
But he
good
said,
deal.
if you don't do something with it, it's gonna get worse and worse
It'll
and
just
worse.
deteriorating.
And he says it'll just keep working its way down the building. Right now, it's in the top 3 feet.
Oh, okay.
So,
And only on the east side.
only on the
Well,
east
that's
side.
the good news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see where it started, and you can see cracks, and they go right through the brick and right up the seam, that just cracks out. They've repaired some of them in the past, and you can see where it's gonna have to be ground out and repaired again.
Yeah, when you get up there, they've done the waterproofing over the years, and they've done a lot of work to this building. You know, they've caulked a lot of cracks and cleaned them out. Did you notice that sticker on that bucket that said maximum 500 pounds?
Yeah,
And I was in it, and you were in it, and another guy was in it, and I know what I weigh, and I don't think you weigh 100 pounds, Dave.
Well, that's why I didn't get called.
Yeah.
I didn't like it up there.
I was just very thankful that these guys could go, 'cause I didn't want to go to the otherwise it would've fell to me.
Roll around on top of those one up on the highway.
Yeah.
This thing right out here.
Then we had
Bird's
to,
eye view that way.
yeah, they had to get up there, only look at it, then we started having a conversation. I said, can't we just have this on the ground?
Ground?
Always look at it, let's get to the ground, then let's talk about it.
Well, that's like the day we flew, and, you know, Dave Dodge, and he's looking around like, you know, in the back, and it's like, you keep your eyes this way, He was perfectly fine with,
Yeah.
those guys, they don't, that doesn't bother them, the height.
They're used to it.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay, Tuesday night I had, we met up at Emmitsburg, 'cause we had a budget review, all is well with the budget, they got good reviews on their budget, numbers, so everything turned out good for them. Thursday night, I participated in the first part of the meeting for CFR via the phone. And I went and partook in the softball benefit there, which, I know it's not courthouse related, but there was a lot of, I was just really blown away by the amount of people that were up there, and the amount of things that, I mean, I know the Clark family is still in shock, but it's a true testament to why people live in middle, small-town Iowa, so. Friday morning went to Eldora for the Central Iowa Juvenile Detention. They had their, results back, and I forwarded that to you, Peggy, for their audit. As last year, we'll need to put that on our agenda to make a motion that we looked at it and everything was good. Their people want to make sure that all member counties have that in their minutes that they, and I can forward it to the rest of you if you are in a mood of reading 30-some pages of an audit, but
That's fine.
I just forwarded it to Peggy for that, so.
I gave mine to Ken.
I would, also, tell you that everything looks good down there. They did secure their drug testing, you know, they've been doing that for the last few years. They just did, land a big deal with, the state of Iowa for 6
Makes a lot of
years.
money.
And it makes a lot of, so,
Good.
they were very tickled with that contract, so they were all kind of breathing a sigh of relief on that, so, anyway, that's what I did. Yes, please.
The only meeting I had was Wednesday, the 26th, and that was at New Hampton for the, Chickasaw County portion. They were the, legal board, county social services.
Thank you, sir.
It was a really good, productive meeting. Winnebago did, finally agree to pay their portion of it, so they've made one payment and they're gonna make the rest of it. I can't remember exactly when it was. But Winnebago, Worth, and Cassuth still want to leave our, district. They've gotta get approved that another region will take them, either northwest or the east, but, Cassuth can't leave until they make their payment to, county social services. And it's really sad, I really think it's too bad for the constituents of those three counties, because there was 5 services, and I couldn't write them down, but, if they leave our region, that their constituents will not be able to have. One of them named them is, brain injuries, that if somebody has some type of a brain injury, those 2 regions do not have that in their, regions to take care of. There's also something with there was something with an adult, some kind of an adult one also too, I can't remember, but there was 5, and they sounded really important. I'm thinking, how sad that they're gonna leave the region and go to someplace that isn't gonna have as good a services. So, I'd like to get the word out to those 3 counties and let them know what they're...
Missing out on.
what they're missing out on. It's too bad. But, they're not gonna be able to leave until, like I said, another region picks them up. But we're of the saying that if they don't wanna be in the region, you know, they just have to pay their money, you know, that they're supposed to pay.
I forgot something I gotta add back on there.
Okay.
That was IDDA met here at our boardroom here on Wednesday. John Tolbert was here, and we've been rotating.
So you want to go?
Yeah, so we have all, have to drive every time and that way, so. Nothing too major going on there. They got some, sounds like the water ag well thing is funded the same as last year, so.
Was he not, did he say anything about, that new chirping about the nitrates and whatnot? Did he say anything? You don't have to say
Yeah,
anything.
I can't, we didn't talk much about that.
I just heard it on WHO the other day, we were talking on that about...
Can't really remember.
No, don't worry.
All right. But no, the budget was looking good for them. What was that?
Popular guy. Persistence, sorry about that. Yeah.
Okay, I'm done.
You're done. Okay, Tuesday afternoon there, I had a VA meeting. We're under budget. New money coming back, right?
That's right.
Tuesday night, we had a dog house meeting, whatever you wanna call it, building meeting. And, discussed the building, we got it designed, we gotta give it to, Jim Drumback now, and he will give us a price of it. What it's gonna cost us. He's gonna try to keep the cost down, and we went very simple, one story. Wednesday the 26th, I had a Midas meeting. And Thursday, I talked to Dave out there, called him, left a message, went out and looked at it on the drag strip road. Friday, I was in here with Rick, and we went out and looked at the courthouse. That was my week.
Okay. And I'm assuming the Midas meeting was in Fort Dodge?
Fort Dodge, yeah.
Okay.
Are you, what's our, is it 5 o'clock or 5:30 on Wednesday for the flag?
5.
I'll do my best.
Going up on the 2nd, and we'll be coming down on the 8th.
So this Tuesday, not the...
Tuesday.
Tuesday?
The 2nd, we'll put the flags up.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
And then coming down which day?
And they will be coming down on Monday the 8th,
Okay.
And you meet here at the courthouse?
at the courthouse, 5 o'clock. And if anybody's interested, Congressman King will be at the VFW on Tuesday, tomorrow, from, 2 to 3. Tomorrow night, we put the flags on.
What time do the flags come down?
5 o'clock.
6 till 5, okay.
That gives a chance for everybody here in the courthouse wants to go change clothes and come back, help put them up, take them down and all that. It's there at 5. Anything else?
So, speaking of meeting dates, I was just checking, so the one notice that we have here, the conference board is meeting Thursday, July 11th. That was originally scheduled
For the 17th.
17th,
It's gonna be the 11th.
so it's gonna be 11th.
Be right here.
I will not be able to attend that, I will be gone.
6 o'clock.
6, yep.
One thing I forgot to bring up too about the CSS meeting, that if those 3 counties do leave, Iowa code says that if a county is orphaned, and Emmett County will be orphaned, if they don't want to leave, they'll have to leave and go.
Oh, and then we'll have to...
They'll have to follow, or?
They'll have to follow.
That's
Because they'll be
too
orphaned,
bad.
they won't, the Iowa law is a county has to be touching
Yeah,
another county, what they call it, contiguous, it has to
Yeah.
be contiguous, and if it's not, then, so Emmett's gonna have to go with whatever, and they don't wanna leave. We are thinking as of a board that we will try to change Iowa law.
good luck.
Yeah. Because Emmett does not wanna leave, but we don't know what that all will entail to do that, and what it'll take, but we're all gonna, of course, try to get ahold of our legislatures and try to see what we can do. I'll be contacting them. I wanted to bring that up too, forgot that. It's a bad situation.
Well, okay, Becky, you got anything for us?
Nope.
No.
A few opioid notices for you to look at, but that's it.
Just speaking of opioids, if you watch 60 Minutes, there was a real good segment on that probably kind of relates to this, with the nationwide ongoing, basically lawsuit.
Right.
So, it's kind of interesting, kind of get you that help, get my mind around it anyway. Big deal.
Okay, any other business to come before the board?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 9?